BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Experience. Today I'm with Bob Greco from Iscar, and welcome, Bob.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. And you?
I'm doing great.
So where
Thank
are
you
you
for
going?
having me.
Yeah, it's really a pleasure. Where are you going right now?
Oh, I'm on my way to work. I work at Photodom, which is a all analog film camera store.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So today we talk about your experience, and I want to keep your suggestion and talk about your road trip and your passion about road trip. Can you just start to use something about yourself, and then you can talk about this road trip?
Sure, absolutely. So I started shooting photography about 2 years ago, August of 2019, and it started with a Polaroid camera that I bought at a garage sale in like 2013. And it sat in my room for the longest time as like a decoration. And one day I just picked it up and I was like, I wonder if this thing works. I wonder what pictures it took in its past and will it take any in its future. And long story short, I just bought a couple packs of film and went out one day. And in the culmination of one day, I got to do a lot of things that were like really special to me, with connecting with friends and meeting new people. And also, I really love live concert photography. So like just being able to shoot some pictures at a live show and then meeting some new friends afterwards and being able to create this moment in this story, and to be able to share these stories through photographs and tangible memories, something really sparked with me. So Polaroid is just something that's been really special in my journey and what I shoot primarily. I also do 35 millimeter and some the peel apart film, pack film, which has been a lot of fun too. But so yeah, I just had this idea for a road trip for the longest time. And October of last year, I just had the opportunity to just, leave from work and just take some time off. And I went cross country from New Jersey all the way to California and all the way back. For a month and a half, I, went to like 10 or 15 major cities and 10 national parks and a couple beaches in different areas, and just got to take some beautiful pictures and Polaroids of the country and kind of just explore myself and explore, my art and my photography. And one of the best parts was that I actually met up with 14 other Polaroid photographers within my road trip, just through the connection of social media and Instagram. So just being able to meet up with all these different photographers ranging in, age and race and, skill set and experience, and just being able to like see from their eye and see from their perspective as well was just really cool to make friends along that way. And that was a really great experience. Yeah. So
It's quite impressive. It's quite impressive that you started in the 2019 to shoot picture. It's you have a ton of Polaroid. I can imagine that was also something quite expensive, no?
yeah, it definitely adds up. Polaroid is definitely not very cheap to come by, but in doing so, with creating my passion, people recognize passion and art, and it's been really outstanding to see the support that I get for shooting my Polaroids. It didn't happen right away, but from time to time, I've been able to either work with people and give away my art, and then have them support my art as well. And the money always comes back. I was definitely really struggling for a long time. I was out of work with the pandemic, and I was working as a bartender and a server, and I really just, it took a toll on me mentally. And I was like, I'm willing to just take the sacrifice of not working, not even worry about like collecting unemployment, but just going out. And I was shooting Polaroids on the streets in New York City for about 2 or 3 months. I would have I had Instax wide, and I had my regular Polaroid camera, my SLR 680, and I also had the peel apart camera, the peel apart film, which has been a treat. And that stuff is really expensive. So pretty much what I was doing was I was walking around the streets of New York City, and anyone who caught my eye, I just stopped them and talked to them and told them what I was doing. And I sold portraits to make my money back. So it was a really great way to create my art and practice my art, and also just be able to make some money back on the film and share my art with other people. So it's sometimes tricky to give away Polaroids because it's a one and done kind of thing, but just the ability to know that this Polaroid is gonna mean something to somebody down the line potentially, instead of just sitting in my shoebox of archives. It kind of works out both ways. There's definitely Polaroids that I love to keep, and I have that I keep, but at the same time, just being able to give away this tangible object in such a digital age that we live in is it really does something for my art as well.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. I like that. And I want to ask you, there was some particular experience during this road trip that touched you definitely deeper.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of really crazy small world experiences. So my one friend that I met up with in Boston, I met up with 3 Polaroid photographers, my friends Pat, Peter, and James. And James has this really awesome technique where he puts a transparency overlay inside of the pack of film before he inserts it into the camera. And that allows to do these crazy transparencies. So he has this one with a UFO filter, and he gifted it to me. He's like, yeah, this would be really cool if you took Polaroids with the UFOs around different national parks. Like if you make it to Roswell, that'd be really cool, which will happen for next road trip, hopefully. But, with these filters, I often gave away a lot of Polaroids to just people that I met, like on my road trip, just talking to them, like asking if I can take their portrait and things like that. But they were UFOs, and I never told them what it was. So I'd always have them positioned, like pointing up to the sky and looking shocked. And they're like, why? What are you doing? And then they'd see this Polaroid in black and white with the UFOs, like looking at them shocked. And it was just like a really fun thing to do. So going back full circle kind of things, I was all the way across the country in Yosemite National Park. And I'm walking around taking photos as I am. I see this couple doing an engagement shoot, and they're all like out, like really punk clothes and like really cool shoot going on. So like I stopped them. I'm like, hey, I don't want to interrupt your set, but I'd really love to take a Polaroid of you guys. Like, congratulations for getting, your engagement, all this stuff. So, I do the thing, take the Polaroid, post them and everything. And I just usually wait, but sometimes I was like, I don't want to interrupt any more of your time. Like, I'm just going to go. So I keep on going on the trail, and it's a loop trail. So I finish the loop. I'm on my way back, and they're still on location doing the set. So I, decide to stop them. I'm like, oh, hey, how'd the Polaroid come out? They're like, oh, we haven't checked yet. They pull it out. They're like, oh, holy shit. Oh, it's so cool. Like, freaking out. The photographer's like, oh, sick. That's awesome. I'm like, hey, I still have some film. You're in a perfect spot right now. Let me do one for you too. So I take one of the photographer, and, in the national parks, there's not really great cell service. So like we connected, like I screenshotted her Instagram, but like we weren't like connected. Later on in the day, once I got cell phone service, my friend Peter, that I met up with in Boston, the time that my friend James gave me the filter, got a text message all the way from California. The photographer was like, hey, look at this crazy thing. I was doing a wedding shoot in Yosemite National Park, and this guy took a cool Polaroid of me. Take a look. And she sent him the picture of the Polaroid, and it was the Polaroid that I took. And he's like, no way, that's my friend Bob. Like we met up like a couple weeks ago, like when he was in Boston, and she's like, wow, that's crazy, like, and it was absolutely amazing. Just, you never really know who you're gonna meet and who you're going to bump into once you stop and take a picture. And that happens fairly often in New York City. Like my network and has definitely been expanding in the community surrounding me. Like there's always missing, like, connecting links all around, but like to have that happen all the way across the country, like completely random, was just very like beautiful. That was like one of my favorite stories.
I can imagine it's so crazy, and I can imagine that there are thousands of stories or frames you captured with your mind, with your eyes, and not only with the photography. And yeah, all of them they have a value, different emotion, different feelings, different experience. But yeah, it was nice to hear that words from you. Just one last question I want to ask you, and then we can stop our 50-minute podcast. And I'm really excited from the the use of your Instagram, and I discovered this guide that you did it sharing your favorite pictures of other photographers, and also you do it ton of reel and IGTV, and there's a lot of content, and I mean, what I'm curious to know about is do you do that stuff with the impulse, or just or you prepare that stuff, and what is the connection you have around your community?
Yeah, so it's been a beautiful thing, if it wasn't for this Polaroid community that I found on Instagram, I don't know where my photography would really be. It's really hard sometimes in the art world to find people that are so supportive and creative and willing to share their thoughts and ideas with you, their techniques. In a lot of art circles that I've found, there's a lot of gatekeeping. Nobody really wants to share their ideas. But within the Polaroid community, I had that initial curiosity when I was taking photos, and just to have that community around to share their ideas and like techniques, and like, oh, this is how you do that. This is how you pull off this. Oh, this is like something that I did to make this effect, and just to be able to be inspired, but then put out my work as well, and to be able to inspire others as well, is just it's such a beautiful, feeling that I love to try to create. As much as I'm inspired by other people, like the fact that I'm able to inspire others, it's a really great thing. And, hopefully that inspires others to go out and inspire others and be inspired, and just create that circle of just love and compassion throughout a community. And yeah, so I've been a little slacking on my content. Things are a little busy right now, but just to be able to put out different resources like the guides has been really amazing, to share my thoughts and opinions with everyone in the community. And a lot of my a part of my following is definitely the instant community, but there's also a new audience that I've been reaching with other people. So just to be able to share that that community with a new audience, and just to have them be inspired by other people besides myself, is just like absolutely like the best feeling.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's what practical. We also do it and try to inspire other people to get experience and to connect with everyone. And it's really lovely. So thank you a lot, Bob, for your small talk with me today. And every link of Bob will be in the description. And I hope you will join the community of Bob, because it's really interesting, funny, and also smart. And thank you a lot for this time with me.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. I'm really glad to be part of this community now as well, and I definitely want to take a deeper dive into it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/Berlin Explorer, or visit our Instagram and follow Berlin Explorer Project.